Hello friends, welcome to bispsolutions.com, and today we are going to see an interesting analysis on HR data model using Tableau. In today's example, I am going to use set function and we'll create a set of multiple sets and finally we'll combine them. So actually, the set is basically a subset of your data that meets the certain criteria, certain condition based on your existing dimension. So likewise, in our example, I like to find a list of departments where my expenses on pension plan are above 100,000. Right. I also like to find a list of departments where my expenses on training is above 100,000. So basically, I'm creating two sets. This is set one, the list of department where pension plan expenses are more than 100,000, and second set, list of department where my expenses are above 100,000, training expenses. And later on, I'm going to apply union on both of the sets. I can apply intersection on these two sets, or maybe I can use minus or intersect on these two sets. So let's get started how to build this. Step first, I connect to my data source and build a model. So my data source is Oracle, and we are continuing using our HR data model, which we built in our previous session. So my Oracle is stored in my local host, and my service name is ORCL. My port is default port 1521, and this is my HR data model. And I select my data model. And I've got 77 dimension fact in this, but I need dimension pertaining to employee and expenses. Let me start with my dimension, employee dimension. Then I need a employee expense fact, employee expense type dimension. Then I need dimension pertaining to time dimension, finance dimension, and account dimension. So it takes some time to bring them when I drag and drop. Uh, employee expense, no, that's not the right one. I want expense type, employee expense type dimension. Then I bring a financial dimension where I get the general ledger and other details. And we have to look up tables and finance account name. So financial expenses, I find it from here. Account name and account type. Because I need details from different departments. Therefore, I need to bring the dimension from department as well, which is my organization detail over here. Organization detail um, in the bottom, organization time and organization detail. So my model is almost ready. I need a detail and summary fact, both facts. Right. So I got a employee expense summary. I mean, this is detailed fact. There is one more fact table which maintains summary information. So I'll bring that summary information as well. Employee summary fact. Yes. So the model is pretty much ready. I can quickly browse through. This in model consists of your dimension, two facts, summary fact, detailed fact, time dimension, department dimension, which is your organization, and you have got information about types of expense and financial dimension members. Okay, so let's look at our first set. What we need, we need a list of department where my cumulative expenses, pension plan cumulative expenses are above 100,000. So first I display department, which I can find it from organization. That's, your Tableau differentiate the dimension and facts. All text are dimension and all numbers are facts, excluding identifiers. Okay, so I'll take organization name over here. They're in different language. It support localization supports. So they are different departments. Okay. I like to find out different department expense for the current year. I don't have a time dimension here. I need to go back and add time dimension as well. So which is my dim time. And drag and drop, add a dim time. All analysis are time bound. So I assume my analysis is confined to current year. And I go back and add a time dimension here. So I need a current year. Once again, I select different departments. Current year, I apply filter on current year and assume I have data for 2007. And I'll select different department. And then we select types of expenses, employee expense type. So there are different languages. I select English language, and so I got benefit, bonus, pay, and training. Now under benefit, I like to see types of benefit, which I find under my uh, financial account lookup. Types of benefits, right? So I got different types of benefit. The one which I wanted in our analysis, I want pension plan benefits, right? So I click on this and keep only. I got expenses filter on year and benefit plan expenses. Then I drag and drop and put the total expense as a fact. But I would like to see only those departments where my expenses are above 100,000, isn't it? So I filter it on my major and I say I want the value to be greater than 100,000. I don't have 100,000, so I just filter it out and say which is greater than 1,000. So I got one set. I got list of department and organization where the value is more than 1,000. I select the whole set, right click, select the set, I move a mouse cursor and tag it as create a set and name this set as organization or department with which meet the first criteria where pension plan is greater than 100,000. Department with pension plan, pension expenses above 1,000. And then first set is ready. I could see the set is got created over here. I'm going to save it. HR expense analysis. Then I'm going to create another set. A second set required to create list of department where training expenses are above 100,000. Okay. So I remove expenses from benefit pension plan filter and I apply filter on employee expense group. And my employee expense group would be on training. I click uncheck all and click on training only. Right, so I've got only one department which meet the criteria. So I create another set. A second set is department uh, where training expenses more than 100,000 or 1,000, above 1,000. I got two sets, right? Now I can combine these two sets, use them independently. In order to use them independently, you drag and drop and put over here. Okay. So you got set a list of department where my pension expenses are above 100,000, above 1,000. Okay. It takes some time to render. So when I drag and drop, I get two value over here, in and out. In meets the criteria, out means the criteria does not meet. I can convert an in and out value, turn this value in and out to actual value. Click on this and click on show member set. So I set a list of department where criteria meet. These are departments. Okay. So these are different departments. They are appended with your old value. Benefit, pension plan for corporate, customer care, customer service, finance, and blah blah. Similarly, I can drag and drop another set or I can combine two sets. So second set and drag and drop into second worksheet so that we can differentiate them. So I got only one department. Right? Now I'm going to create a department meets the criteria. It means when I apply union, I would have list of department where my pension expenses are greater than 100,000 and training expenses are more than 100,000 or 1,000 we specify over here. You can click on this, create combine set, combine first set with another set. Okay. And I use intersect, so I have department with training and training and pension expenses. I got this set over here, which is combined set. I use intersect. So a list of department I find which meet both the criteria. There is no department which meet both the criteria in as per our data set. Okay. Then I use A minus B, set S1 minus S2, which means I need a list of department where pension expense are more than 1,000, and from this I'll reduce those departments where training expenses are more than 1,000, S1 minus S2. So I select create training expenses, create combined plan minus pension expenses. So from all the department where training expense are 1,000 would be subtracted other way around as a B minus A. I would see list of all the department where my pension expense are more than 1,000. From this, I'll get a list of department and remove the department where my training expense are more than 1,000. Okay. So I say department expenses where training expense, where pension expense 100,000, but training expense because I'm reducing it, but so I use a negative operator, but training expense is not 1,000. So I would have a list of department where my pension expenses are more than 1,000, but training expenses are not more than 1,000. I use negate. I remove department from the complete list. Fine. So I got in and out. I convert this in and out to members. So finally, I have these are the department where training expenses are more than 1,000, but my pension expenses are more than 1,000, but my training expenses are not more than 1,000. The list of department. I can add an expense over here as well to make it meaningful. Right? So finally, quick recapitulate. We created one set where my pension expenses are more than 1,000. We create another set where my training expenses are more than 1,000. Then I create one set where I wanted to see all the department where my training and pension expenses both are above 1,000. Then I create a set where I wanted to see the list of department where my pension expense are more than 1,000, but from this department list I remove those department where my training expenses are more than 1,000 from the whole set. And finally I have this list. This is how you can use set function and address some of the complex calculation and expression which are a little difficult without writing custom SQL query. So that's it for today. I open for your question. If you have any question, you can ask me. Should you have any question, you can ask me.